I understand the two of you share something of a history with Eclair and Lumiere.
We've known each other for a long time, if that's what you mean, but I can't exactly say it's been as friends. We've gotten in each other's way more than once over the years. I always thought it was strange that we all ended up working for the GOTT, but then I knew right from the start that it wouldn't last.
Very well. Anno, Ao, I hereby order you to eliminate the fugitives Eclair and Lumiere.
Yes, Chief. Understood.
Wow, this sure takes me back. How long's it been since we were here last? What, decades?
I wish I could be as optimistic about all this as you seem to be. Right now, the whole galaxy is searching for us. You do realize that.
Don't worry. Look, we made it this far, haven't we? Trust me, this is the last place anyone will think to look for us.
I hope you're right.
They really did it, huh?
I'd heard about what happened after we left, but still.
Eclair. That's a nice name.
A phase fluctuation. Another ship warping out.
Hostile?
That's what we have to assume.
I just don't get it. How did they find us? We didn't even tell Armblast where we were going.
I can only think of 2 other people with ties to this place. There. The Solute!
Hello there, fugitives. Nice to see you again.
It's Anno.
Can't say I'm surprised you came back here. This would have been a perfect hiding place, except you forgot about our eyes and ears.
Let me guess, this was the first place you looked. I'm impressed you still remembered it after all these years.
Like we could forget all the trouble you caused us. You two put us in a difficult situation, to say the least.
Well, as much as I'd like to relive old times, we'll have to save it for another day.
Oh, no, you don't.
Emergency warp aborted. The phase navigation systems have gone offline.
You won't get away that easy. I know all your tricks. Come here!
They're fast.
They must have upgraded the Solute's inertial controls. We can't match their maneuvering capabilities. They're systematically closing in on us.
Lumiere! Lumiere.
This should be interesting. What happened?
Interference from the explosion. Quantum turbulence. It's overloaded our inertial controls.
Right. New upgrade and a whole new set of problems. Defensive stance. What the? I don't get it. Where are they going? That would have been the perfect chance to attack.
It looks like they've taken damage as well.
Well, it must be our lucky day.
Warblewind, how is she? But if the emergency medical nanomachines won't save her, then...
Claire?
How do you feel? Are you in pain?
No, I'm fine. How long does Warblewind say I have left?
2 hours.
funny how you lived so long, but now looking back, it feels like such a short time. Eclair, I have a nice bottle of vintage grape juice on board. I hid it behind panel 3A on the dogfight bridge. It's something I've been saving for a special occasion. I'd like it if we drink a glass together.
No. We still have 2 hours left. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
Claire, where are we going?
To the place he promised.
You don't mean... I doubt there's even a 1 in a million chance we'll find anything.
1 in a million is still better than 0.
I wish I could be as optimistic as you.
Come on, Franz.
It looks like you're coming along nicely. I see. So it would seem you girls are living beyond time.
I can't hear a thing. How about you?
Nothing. There's too much debris. My eyes are useless here.
That figures. I guess they know all of our tricks, too. But look at that! The old assembly hall. I remember when you made that hall. It should have been such an easy job. All we had to do was round up the members of the existing administration and hand them over to the leaders of the coup d'etat. They would have given us all the reward money we could carry.
Although, I never understood why they wanted us to take him alive. They were just going to kill him anyway.
Who knows? And those two made sure we never got that far.
The wounded come first. Hurry!
Back then, we were mercenaries working for the coup d'etat, and they were the peace officers sent in by Central Dispatch. Now we're the ones sent in by the GOTT to keep the peace, and they're the criminals. Funny how things change, isn't it?
Change is inevitable. It's the only constant in this universe. All things that are must one day pass.
I just thought it was funny. You don't have to get all philosophical on me. Where?
It's not them. Just what's left of their trail.
Here, let me see. Did they take off again?
"30 minutes left. Hang on, Lumiere. Please, if anything happens to you,
You know, being here like this brings back a lot of memories. Like the first time we met him, when he helped us after you'd been hurt.
Together now. I'll take this side. I can help her. My hospital's not far. Let's hurry.
Right. That was decades ago, but still, it feels like yesterday.
Shh. Save your strength.
You're right about him. He wasn't the sort of man to forget a promise. Maybe he really is here for us, even after all this time.
Lumiere. Janitor. Donner. Now don't go getting ahead of yourself.
That's enough.
So that's what happened.
Please, just give me 1 hour. If Lumiere doesn't get medical treatment right away...
No, that won't be necessary. You're not going back to Aeneas. We weren't sent to capture, but to eliminate.
Besides, how did you think you were going to treat her in a place like this? What? Were you hoping to find a doctor under the rubble?
He promised us.
Huh?
I see. So it would seem you girls are living beyond time, is that right?
That's right, though we've taken on many different forms.
Well, in that case, I suppose it never would have worked between us. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding.
Are you sure you won't come with us, Franz? It isn't safe for you here anymore. The Civil War is going to drag on and on. You should get out now while you still can.
No, I'm sorry I can't, but this war will end someday. And when it does, I hope I'll see you both again. Of course, I could very well be an old man by then.
Please, Franz.
I know. I'll make you a promise.
He promised us that if we ever got into trouble, he would always be here to help us. That even if he should pass away before we returned, he would at least leave behind a facility that we could use. So I know if we could just get to his hospital.
Don't be an idiot. Look around. What you're talking about is ancient history. You see what happened to this colony after we left? You think he remembered some silly promise with the whole place coming down around his ears? Even if he did, he was probably killed before he could do anything about it. Compared to us, people with normal lives are like shadows. They don't last. You know that. So what if your doctor made a promise? He's dead and gone. It's stupid to think he can help you now.
Yeah, knowing you would think that.
Well, I'll always be around. I'll try to come visit your grave every now and again.
Is there anything you want me to do?
Just stay here like this.
It's active. The password?
Eclair. That's a nice name.
It's worth a shot.
Hello, Eclair and Lumiere. It's been a long time.
Hello, Franz.
I wonder how many years it will be before you finally receive this message. 10? 50? Or perhaps it will be even farther into the future than I can imagine. Right now, as I make this recording, it's been almost 3 years since we said our last goodbyes. The war is still raging, worse than ever it seems. I do what I can to help, but people die so easily. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to hold out myself, but I will leave you at this place for whenever you should need it, just like I promised. It's about time for me to make my rounds now. Goodbye, Eclair. Stay close to Lumiere and take care of yourselves, both of you.
Thanks, Franz, for everything. Can you at least wait until we're finished?
Mental plume stability and sustained plate. Seems as if our job here is done. Thanks, Chief.
They say that in 130 days, they're expecting to have 80% of the ocean's water filled in.
But of course it'll still be a few years before plants can grow and she can sustain any human life.
That's true, but that's work for another team. We'll be long gone by then. I doubt we'll have any reason to come back here unless it's on vacation.
Sounds good to me.
We'll certainly have the time. Once the new Atlas models are put into service, it's going to make our jobs a lot easier.
there. You're upsetting Donnerschlag.
I'm not upsetting you, am I, Donner? But I sure wouldn't blame you if you were upset, being on the run and having to fight your friends. I guess things aren't really working out like you thought they would, huh?
Does this mean you're having regrets?
Why should I have any regrets, Lumiere? I mean, it's not like I did anything wrong here.
Well, if that's the case, then why do you keep beating yourself up over something that isn't your fault? Here, I have an idea. Why don't you help me repair the Muse? That way we'll be ready to take off if they find out where we are.
But we don't have any spare parts.
Actually, we have plenty. It's just that at the moment, they're scattered all over the planet. You didn't think I brought us all the way out to this frontier region just for the seclusion, did you? Right then. Now let's get to work.
Thank you. I don't think I ever could have made it this far. Not by myself, anyway. You, Donner, and the Muse are all I have to keep me going.
This is no time to get sentimentally, Claire. We have a job to do. There's an unmanned island about to pass over us.
You're sure we're not going to run into anyone up there?
There should be a small team aboard the Central Command Island. But since the planet's surface is still forming, we're the only ones who can survive out here.
See, there she is, just like I told you. Let's do this.
Fine.
Does this really bother you so much?
Yes, of course it does. What, do you think I should be happy about this?
Sister, if it bothers you, maybe you shouldn't do it.
How many times have I told you? Don't call me sister when we're on assignment. Especially not one like this. Please forgive me for what I'm about to do. Donnerschlag, or the wind.
A terraforming operation like this requires an enormous number of nanomachines to effect change on a planetary scale. These islands inject the nanomachines into the environment, supply them with power, and relay commands from central control.
Yeah, so what?
In order to get from one planet to the next, the island itself functions as a spaceship, which means we should find a few parts that we can use inside. I think that should take care of the Muse for a while.
What? What's the matter?
The small craft approaching us at a tremendous speed. Determining model. No time. 3, 2, 1! Donnerschlag! AI must have been tampered with.
How can that be? It's supposed to be impossible to hack into his system.
Wait a minute. Who could possibly be capable of tampering with Donnerschlag's AI system from the outside? It's Tweedledee!
Okay, ladies, I'll come right to the point. By order of the GOTT, your crafts have been reprogrammed. They now have only one primary function, and that is to ensure the destruction of you both.
What are you talking about?
No, not Whirlwind too!
I'm sorry, but I have my orders. Under normal circumstances, these are not the methods I would have chosen to use. Lamuse's security will soon be down, and its new program in control. You have about 5 minutes left. Use that time to decide if you're going to die quietly or fight. There's one more thing. It may sound selfish, but I would like to ask for a personal favor. Please, do everything within your power to spare these children. Very well. Goodbye and good luck.
Tweedledee, do you think you handled that well? I mean, they can easily scan your memory and play back what you said.
Get that thing out of my sight. Tweedledum, I said get rid of it. What could the GOTT be thinking? It's bad enough that the chief is ordering friends to kill each other, but to make me do something so awful, so disgusting. They've gone too far this time. This is the worst mission I've ever been on.
I don't get it. What kind of program is this that has you so worked up?
The worst kind. The Special Assassination Program. Hashish.
Can't you control him?
No, not with his nanomist shield up. Even under normal conditions, it would take me hours to hack into his system. I certainly couldn't do it in 5 minutes. How like Donner Schlag to keep missing like this, especially at such close range.
What are you saying?
This will buy us some time. It seems to me his actions are forced. I don't think the program has complete control over him. At least not yet.
So there's some hope. Do you think you might be able to get through to them?
I might, but it won't be easy. And besides, I would hate to have to subject them to my usual methods. Oh, this is hopeless. We have to destroy them. It's either that or let them kill us.
Well, I say neither.
No, Eclair, wait!
Go. I'll hold off Donnerschlag somehow. You go take care of Lemieux.
If I can just make it to the emergency control room, I may be able to utilize the nanomist in the environment to our advantage.
You'd be easy enough for me to destroy, my friend. Don't worry. I'll find a way to save you. Come on, then. I'm ready, Donnerschlag.
Hey, Chief, you want to take a look at this? A high concentration of nanomist created a tropical cyclone on the other side of the planet.
Impossible.
Wait a second, this can't be right. There also seems to be a massive energy drain in the airspace over that region.
Readings from islands Alpha through Gamma show all energy plants operating at full capacity.
I need an immediate analysis. Find out what's happening.
The storm is centered on Island Theta, emitting a 40-kilometer radius.
Okay, I've gained control of the nanomist. I should be able to create a protective barrier. Don't worry, Whirlwind. I'll get you back to normal. Somehow. Just in time. I should have known it would take a lot more than that to stop you, Whirlwind. I've got to do this just right, or the Lemieux will be vaporized.
It's spreading. Nanomists all over the planet are behaving erratically.
I don't believe it. The nanomist in the stratosphere condensing. It's acting like a giant lens. The chloroform value is off the charts.
There's just no precedent for this. What in the world is going on out there?
Well, this will be trickier if I can't see you. I doubt that move's going to work a second time. My girl is as crafty as she is cautious. I wonder where she gets that from. This must be so hard for her.
My goodness, you're a tough boy, aren't you? I guess I can't go easy on you anymore. Sorry. Don't worry, I'll put you back together better than new, I promise. Forgive me.
She's redirecting energy to her flex phasers. Oh no, she's going for a point-blank attack. Stop it! Whirlwind,
Please, stop it. Daughter.
magma concentration readings below theta are off the scale.
And the viscosity is dropping. I'm reading a massive buildup of Lorentz forces. Pressure levels are approaching the critical mark.
Is there anything we can do?
Chief, I hate to say this, but it's been out of our hands for some time now. Some outside forces taking control of the region.
At this rate, it's going to break through the crust.
No.
Activate. Now, initiate cooling systems. Good, her shield is down, and she's immobilized. I need to hurry and rewrite the program while I still can. Schlag activated his self-destruct mechanism. Do you think it was hashish?
Hashish? What's that?
Originally, it was the drug given to numb the emotions of assassins. It created the perfect killer, one who fears nothing, not even his own death. Now, it's a viral program created to mimic those same effects. A machine's primary function under the virus's influence is to kill. It will stop at nothing for that objective, even if it destroys itself in the process. Oh no, that means Werble went too! She's activating her inertial drive! It's no use. I can't stop her. Please, Whirlwind, don't do this! Stop it, Whirlwind, stop! No!
Hey, what? It all just went back to normal.
What just happened?
Even if they had been successful in killing us, they were programmed to self-destruct after their mission. Whirlwind and Donnerschlag knew this and spared us. By destroying themselves before they lost complete control, in their final moments they were doing everything in their power to save our lives.
I get it. So they were considered disposable right from the start. So this is how the GOTT works. Ricky, what is it? I don't know. For a second, I thought I saw Eclair and Lumiere.
You could at least try to cheer up.
Cheer up? So you want me to be happy about this?
Sister? No matter what happens, I'll be right there by your side.
Tweedledum.
No matter what.
Oh, this stinks. We shouldn't even be here today. Oh, don't give me that look. I heard the orders just like you did. All ES members not on active duty are to remain on standby till further notice. But this was supposed to be my vacation! What about all my plans? Don't worry. I'll be ready when the time comes. But that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Interesting. First Eclair and Lumiere, now Anno and Ale. Looks like all the GOTT's brightest stars are falling from grace.
Does it? I beg to differ. ES members, by the very nature of their work, must live in the shadows. They are not bright stars.
I forgot. That's an honor reserved for the chief, right? They've certainly picked an opportune time to come, with Dexterra and Sinistra still on assignment.
So it would seem.
Just leave it to us. We've got it all worked out. Trust me.
15 separate disturbances.
What's the cause?
Unknown, but they appear to be both physical and logical attacks.
Silence those alarms. Start listening for anyone still trapped inside.
Understood.
Everyone, this way, quickly. Stay calm.
You better get out of here, too. All the explosions were in towers 1 and 3, right?
That's what I heard.
We can still take the express elevator. Get it?
That's suicide. I'm taking the stairs.
Your funeral.
I told you you couldn't escape your past. And now, just like before, you're going to die. The same way we all died.
That's as far as you go, Eclair.
Tweedledee!
Traitor! You should never have come back here.
Tweedledum.
It doesn't have to end like this. Surrender quietly. No harm will come to you.
That's assuming you can still convince the chief to lift the purge order.
Isn't it, Eclair? You've reawakened your past memories and abilities. And you've remembered that you're the most powerful of all the ES members.
My gun's not working either. Ready, man! Fix bayonets! Advance! Now release!
The fun stops here, Lumi. Sorry. Anonymous shield? That's Lumi. She's probably controlling all the security animus in the building by now. Well, we can play that game, too. You're making this too easy. I thought you knew. Containment is sort of one of our specialties. I'm glad I can count on your aim being so precise. Sorry if this comes as a surprise, but evasion tactics are one of my specialties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really don't have time to waste dealing with you right now. Good day.
So you've opted for the direct approach, huh? It might have worked too, except we knew you were coming. Took you long enough. I know it's not too elegant, but you have to admit, a few modifications and even a simple extinguisher can be quite effective.
running. It's time we found out which of our abilities is stronger, your power or my magnet belt.
Look out! Tweedledum, when I give the signal, we're going to use our wingstop.
Sister, she's still human.
She's more than that. She's a G-Class PS member.
Tweedledum, hold on! No, it's impossible!
Get down!
Should know better than that. She's getting desperate. They know they can't win.
Tweedledee!
Sister?
Lumiere? I wouldn't worry about her if I were you. I can't open it. The circuits have been severed. I guess the little fireworks display was more than they could take. So, this was your plan all along. Was it your idea, or is someone still pulling your strings? I am not anyone's puppet. Not anymore. No Eclipse. I want this. Goodbye, Chief. And good riddance.
There, is that someone on the roof?
Even the mighty GOTT, blown down like a house of cards. Perhaps it's time I took my leave as well.
Move it! If someone's trapped up there, we need to get him out!
Right.
He's gone! Sensors!
I'm not reading any life signs.
Move! Take us up now! It's collapsing!
Are you awake?
Well, that's that.
Where am I?
Your apartment. This is your room.
Really? Then who are you?
I'm your partner. My name is Lumiere.
Partners. Lumiere what?
It's just Lumiere, Eclair. Just Lumiere.
Eclair. Is that...
I'm here to help you, Eclair, if you'll let me.
That's me?
I think a little modesty might be called for.
Don't touch me. Just leave me alone.
Eclair,
Did I do that? So then, Eclair. I'm guessing that's my name.
yes, that's correct.
Eclair what?
Just Eclair, that's all.
Stop toying with me. Who am I? What are these powers?
That's your ability.
You're lying! You're lying! You're lying! You're lying! Please, who am I? What am I? Why am I here?
Like I told you before, I'm here to help you, Eclair. I know you better than anyone. Maybe better than you know yourself. I'll tell you everything, but in time, little by little.
You're lying.
The first thing you have to know is that I will never lie to you. I truly believe in you, Eclair.
Sorry about your cheek.
It's nothing, as long as you're all right. How are you doing? Do you need anything?
No, I'm fine. I think I remember how to use a shower. Eclair. That's my name. Strange. Still, something about it feels right.
I'll leave a fresh towel here for you.
Thanks. That's much better.
Good, then phase 1 is complete. For phase 2, perhaps we should find you a more suitable outfit. These are all your clothes. On second thought, perhaps we should eat first.
This is fantastic.
A lady should really be more elegant.
Okay, 1 second. Ta-da!
So, having fun?
Yeah, I sure am.
As any girl would. But like I said, a lady should always strive for elegance. We'll work on that. There are quite a few things you're going to have to relearn until we've managed to replace all of your memories.
Replace my memories? I'm not sure I know what you mean by that.
I'm sorry, I think I simply misspoke. I mean, until you regained your memory. Is something wrong?
Guess not. I was just thinking, you really are my partner, aren't you? Why else would I feel so comfortable around you?
I'm very glad to hear you say that.
So, who's this lady?
Her name is Eclipse. She's the current chief of the Galactic Organization of Trade and Tariffs, or GOTT. It's the organization to which we belong.
Wow. She's really beautiful, isn't she?
In time, you'll come to know her very well.
And what's this building?
That is GOTT headquarters. It's also the main center of government for planet Aeneas. But we'll be covering all this in your first history lesson here shortly.
You mean it? Seriously? We're going out?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you anything else?
Actually, what time do you open in the morning?
6:30, but most days I'm usually here by 6.
You hear that? So we can come here for breakfast tomorrow, right?
I take it you're new in the area. Let's see now. If I had to guess, I'd say you two are sisters.
That's right. My sister has taken an apartment nearby, but she'll be living on her own. Perhaps you could keep an eye on her for me?
Sure, I take great care of my regulars. My name's Caprice. I trust we'll be seeing you around?
Yeah, I guess so. Nice to meet you. I'm Eclair, and this is my little sister, Lumiere.
Hey, Caprice.
Come in. Just shout if you need me.
So, come on, how'd I do?
I'd say you passed.
Then, all that about living on my own?
Well, I think you're ready, don't you? I'll come back in a few days to see how you're doing.
Here you go. Anything else?
Oh, be right there. Lumiere, hi. Come in. I'll put some coffee on.
Please, don't go to any trouble. So how have you been getting along?
Great, except I'm already getting sick of the training menu you gave me.
What are all these photographs here?
Just friends.
Friends, huh? Is photography a new hobby of yours?
I guess I just want to make sure I never forget, you know?
I think I do.
So this is Donnerschlag. Nice to finally meet you. My name's Eclair. You know, I think I'm really gonna like it here. I don't know. This one's pretty good. It just feels like something's missing.
That's your gun.
Mine? Hello, Eclair. Lumiere, welcome back, you two.
This is my latest surveillance report on Galactic Organization of Trade and Tariffs, GOTT, ES members Eclair and Lumiere. A timestamp was encrypted within the sublayers of each video file as it was recorded. I could display it now as evidence that the images you see here have not been altered in any way.
That won't be necessary. I'll take your word that the files are authentic. If I didn't trust you, I never would have given you this assignment to begin with.
Thank you. Your confidence is appreciated. For the sake of time, I'll be limiting my discussion to include only the key incidents since my last report, the first of these being the Faunus Medea crisis. In order to prevent the conflict from escalating to a full-scale war, Eclair and Lumiere were dispatched to negotiate a settlement between the corporate planet Faunus and the mining planet Medea. But, as you know, the real dispute existed between the two factions of Noblesse, vying for control of Faunus.
I'm told you went to some links yourself on that case. Nice work.
I was glad to do my part. We now come to the Max case. The investigation following the arrest of the noblesse Jumeau for the illegal refinement and sale of the gravity control medium High G directly resulted in the downfall of the criminal organization Shopper, and indirectly led to the exposure of a conspiracy to kidnap the children of influential noblesse. Next, the feud within the Rosenfeld Financial Group. In this case, we were able to obtain clear evidence of the Management Association's interference, which the GOTT was, in turn, able to leverage into a favorable settlement.
Indeed.
The next case dealt with the illegal distribution of geosort bombs.
So they were involved in that whole affair as well?
Yes. No doubt it began as a matter of convenience for the noblesse, but there's no hiding from the fact that the entire planet was destroyed.
Naturally, a version of the incident was spun for the public, but the truth
is the privilege of a select few, I'm sure. Moving on then to Planet Dardanos, which I suspect was part of a larger experiment.
An experiment? Interesting. What are you implying exactly?
An experiment in mass mind control. It's not too difficult to imagine the ways the noblesse might benefit from the technology.
Perhaps, but I assure you, this was not the general will of the noblesse. Merely the folly of a few within the Dardanos government. Men with a mistaken idea that power was theirs for the taking. Still, that they were the ones assigned to this case as well. It's an amazing coincidence. One might even call it destiny if one believed in such a thing. Is it possible Chief Eclipse had it planned all along?
A good question, and unfortunately one which I was never able to answer. However, by all indications, I'd say the events on planet Ra came to her as a surprise.
Ah, the secret flower garden. Yes, we were all shocked. Suddenly the name Eclair was on the lips of every member of the Axis Committee.
I prepared a full briefing on the incident, if you'd like.
Not necessary. I'm already familiar with the details. It's such a pity.
That it is. After the purge order was issued, a death sentence in so many words, the two of them fled, and for a time they evaded the SO and ES members of GOTT dispatched to pursue them. At least until the AI on both their guard robot and their high-speed cruiser was corrupted, and their own weapons were turned against them. I wasn't there at the time, so there's no way to know exactly what happened, but the results are clear. Eclair and Lumiere were left with one choice: a direct assault on the GOTT headquarters. 3 teams of ES members were put in place to intercept them. Even so,
the GOTT crumbled.
Which brings us to the present date. Complete details on each of these incidents are provided in the file. I've made no copies.
You've outdone yourself.
Again, thank you.
Tell me, what of the current situation on Aeneas? What's happening?
The GOTT has begun reconstruction. As you know, Chief Eclipse is dead. In her absence, an interim chief has been elected from the remaining ES members.
A new chief? Already?
That's right. I was surprised myself. The council was rather quick in naming their candidate for the position.
The Privy Council involved themselves directly? So, who is it then? Just whom do they elect?
Eclair. I think it's safe to say she's proven her abilities beyond a doubt.
Eclair.
She set up temporary headquarters in one of the smaller annex buildings. Already, many of the GOTT's day-to-day operations have resumed.
Amazing. She certainly doesn't waste any time, does she?
In addition, 12 new ES members have been placed in active service. Reinforcements to the GOTT's practical fighting force, or so they claim. In reality, the goal is to completely replace the existing ES teams.
Trouble of this sort is never welcome, but the fact that it comes at this particular time when the Atlas project is so near to completion is one that I find particularly unsettling.
I agree, but that's why you've hired us, is it not?
It is one reason of many. I want you to continue your surveillance until further notice.
Understood. If you'll excuse me.
The man still can't see the whole picture for what it is. But then again, perhaps I'm in no position to judge. Data transfer. Highest priority security level G5.
requested.
Again, I apologize for having to ask this of you.
Please, you're talking as though I were a stranger. I think we go back far enough that we can dispense with the formalities.
Thank you.
It seems the GOTT's fallen on hard times as of late.
Yes.
Except there's more to it than that. Rather suspicious, don't you think? That the Privy Council, or should I say the members of the Access Committee, have seen fit to take such an active involvement.
Yes, I think I see where you're going with this.
I'm sorry. I know I promised you I wouldn't ask too many questions, but why aren't you looking into the matter yourself? Officially, I mean.
Tell me, can you see your own back without breaking your neck? I can't.
I understand. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Thank you. But you've done too much for me already. What is it?
I know it's no use trying to talk you out of something once your mind is made up. But please, I hope you won't do anything too reckless. You are one of the few friends I have left.
And you, one of mine. Superintendent General, tell me, do you still remember any of the dreams you had as a child, your plans for the future?
Yes. I wanted to be a policeman more than anything in the world. Obviously, the choices I made in life led me down a different path.
I see. Then do you know what it takes to make your dreams reality? One thing.
Hard work, dedication.
The answer is patience.
Is that the last of it? Yeah, I think that's everything. Good work. Just carry it up to the office and we'll call it a day. I still can't believe they've got this place up and running already. Well, they can't keep it shut down forever. I mean, all the branch offices gotta have somewhere to report to, right?
Do you have a status report on the Deucalion?
Yes, ma'am. Minus 0.3%.
Good. That's top priority.
ES members Sinistra and Dextera.
So they're rebuilding it exactly as it was before? On the exterior. The new interior will be far more impressive. My own little castle.
Just one of the minor perks of the position.
Acting Chief?
What is it, Mercury?
I'm sorry, but actually it's Bontrity.
You haven't answered my question. What do you want?
Excuse me. ES members Dextera and Sinistra are here to see you.
Fine, send them in.
Of course. Right away, Acting Chief.
Sinistra and Dextera reporting in as ordered, Acting Chief.
First, they give the order to have her purged, and when that doesn't work, they appoint her as acting chief of the GOTT instead. A sudden shift in policy, to say the least, and one that's sure to have raised more than a few eyebrows by now. The noblesse certainly aren't making any effort to mask their contempt for the general public. But perhaps I should just concentrate on adjusting to my new diet.
What? New ES members?
That's right. 2 of our ES teams, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Viola and Cesario, are still out of commission. And with the reconstruction still going on, this places the GOTT in a very vulnerable position. I felt it necessary to strengthen our fighting force.
Necessary how? You understand the GOTT isn't an army.
That's about to change. Soon, this organization will be even greater than an army. In ability, rank, and severity.
Dextera!
And it is not the place of an ES member to question the chief's judgment.
We meant no disrespect, Chief McClare. Dextera! Dextera! I meant no disrespect. I'm sorry. Acting Chief.
Excuse me, Acting Chief.
When you're finished here, there are more pressing matters in need of our attention.
All right, fine. But there's something I'd like the two of you to do for me.
Takes you back, doesn't it? It's just like it was in the old days. Hey, what do you think? We've come a long way, haven't we? You remember how hard this used to be back when we first started? How many times did you fall?
If memory serves, you fell more than I did. Sinistra, behind you!
Who in the...
Sinistra! Who in the hell are you?
I'm sorry. I suppose I should make the introductions.
Chief Claire!
These girls are the new ES members I told you about. Like I said before, they're still a little wet behind the ears. But don't worry, for trainees they learn fast. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They're the last team of the S-Class members. As long as I have them, I intend to put them to good use.
Trainees? I don't buy it. They're too powerful to be only C-Class.
They're not alone. Look again up there. 6 teams, 12 members in all. It would appear that our dear acting chief has a rather high estimation of our abilities, now wouldn't it?
End of that.
You're right. I'd say it's time for us to leave.
What? A narrowness barrier? Those girls. It's their ability. But that would mean... Thanks for pulling me out of there.
You were right. There's no way they're trainees.
Yeah, it would have been nice of the acting chief to at least warn us we'd been demoted to whipping boys. But did you notice? Those girls. You realize what they are.
Excuse me, Chiefy Claire. It's security line 606. A message for Alvin de Verger. Line 606? So Secretary Dodge himself. Haven't we already informed him that Alvin de Verger are dead? The man's a fool. Yes. Ricky? Who are those kids?
Attention! Counter order!
time, the acting chief of the Galactic Organization of Trade and Tariffs is prepared to make her address.
It's Eclair. Now, to all within the sound of my voice, those of you gathered here today as well as those hearing my words via some other means, let it be known throughout the galaxy. The GOTT has risen up from the ashes and emerged as a force to be reckoned with. As you are aware, in recent years, we have seen a rising trend among various planets toward financial independence. It is a trend that can no longer be ignored. Left unchecked, these rogue planets weave a thread of disruption that threatens to unravel the very fabric of our great union. However, as the new chief of the GOTT, I will not sit idly by and allow this to happen. In accordance with the duties of my office and in the interests of galactic peace, I will use the full force and might of this organization to ensure that order is restored.
Sounds like she's declaring war. She doesn't have that kind of authority. Actually, the Senate just issued a new mandate. Seems they're adopting more of a hardline stance. If there was a question over whether or not she has the authority, she does now. That's crazy.
Are you sure that this is the best course of action to take? After all, you've always hated the noblesse and everything they stand for.
You'd think by now I wouldn't have to explain myself to you. We're going to play the part of puppets for a while. And little by little, we'll climb our way up the strings until we have them by the throat. It's always worked for us in the past. Why should this time be any different?
Attention! Come to order!
From this day forward, all those who would seek to harm our great union through their cries for financial independence or autonomy, or any who attempt to defy the noblesse, will be dealt with swiftly and severely.
Any who attempt to defy the noblesse will be dealt with swiftly and severely.
Will be dealt with swiftly and severely.
Don't stop! You have been warned.
You have no right to do this. I don't care what your contract says. They're human. You don't own them. If you want to shoot them, you'll have to shoot me first. But before you try it, you'd better be ready for me to shoot back. To all planetary governments or antisocial elements that oppose the order set forth by the GU and its ruling class, the noblesse, you have been warned. The GOTT is prepared to strike. Any and all who oppose us will be eliminated.
That's it.
They're still impossible.
Dextera. Yes, I see it.
They're still human. You have no right. What's wrong with you? You wish to speak? Well then, by all means. The GOTT will systematically eliminate any and all antisocial elements that dare to oppose us. The GOTT will
Systematically eliminate
any and all anti-social elements. No. You have no right to do this. I don't care what your contract says. They're human. You don't own them. You have no right to do this. They're human. You don't own them. What? Come to order! They're human. You have no right. How dare you? You would defy me? You are a mere ES member. Who are you to defy the chief? Die.
Let's go!
That's right. The rules do say a GOTT ES member may not disobey a direct order from the chief. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say whoever wrote that rule probably didn't have a chief like you in mind. Of course, I suppose it's a moot point because you're not really the chief now, are you? The official title is acting chief, right? What are you doing? Kill them!
So it's true.
Looks like there's still some hope for you two. Eliminate the intruders. Eliminate the intruders. Eliminate. You've done enough for one day. Rest now. Who sent you? The Global Union? The Noblesse? Whose ES members are you? Sounds like you've been busy making enemies, huh, Claire? Answer me! Who are you? Well, you're right about one thing. We're not your friends. Sorry we can't stay and chat more. After them.
That was incredible.
Whoever they were, I'm glad someone stood up to this nonsense.
This is an emergency alert of the 3rd and 4th Battalions. Secure the escaping antisocial elements at once.
All units, outfit anti-terrorist combat. Extend security to a 300-kilometer radius. Verify ID on all civilians before evacuating.
What are you two doing? Get back to the office. You're to stay there and wait for further orders. Are we clear?
Yes, Acting Chief, understood. So, what are you thinking? The same thing that you're thinking, by the sound of it. Those girls are probably...
Two of the units are still unstable. We'll need to watch them closely. Are you sure?
Well, if you ladies are in need of an auditor, here I am.
Armed last.
How did you get past the guards?
That was quite a commotion earlier. I guess I must have slipped between the cracks.
I'm surprised you didn't run.
Now, why would I do that, Eclair? You know how fond I am of you two.
All right. I'll give you a chance to prove you're useful.
I won't disappoint. Care for a lift?
A lift? No, but thank you for your concern, Auditor. I think we've recovered enough to manage on our own.
I'm sure. It's me I'm worried about.
You think this is wise?
We might as well keep all the risky elements together.
Target acquired. Clean westbound on Route 538. Red Squadron in pursuit. 1st Division approach from west-southwest. 2nd Division approach from west-northwest. Converge on our position. All civilian traffic has been diverted. Your target is the only moving vehicle in the area. Get a lock.
Oh, look. They called out the whole cavalry just for us.
So it seems. I'm sure Acting Chief Eclair was all too eager for the chance to show off her new army.
Funny, you'd think the former ES member would be able to take care of things herself.
Our goal here is containment. Try to lead them with your fire.
They just had to start blowing things up.
We need to get out of the city.
One thing at a time.
Heads up!
Yeah. I think it's
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Attention all units.
Steady.
The targets have escaped the security perimeter and are headed into the L-Lock Forest southwest of Kolkia. All ES members are to proceed to that location immediately. That is all.
Proceed to location immediately.
Right, just point the way. Another order from Her Majesty, I take it?
Fifth Division is searching Block E6. I want the 6th Division covering F7. Now move out. I'm told the Chief is on her way. She's leading a unit into the field herself.
If they get too deep into that forest, we're going to have real problems pulling them out.
Well, we'll just have to stop them. I'm not above getting my hands dirty every now and then.
You sure about this? She did more or less order us to sit this one out.
The only thing I'm sure of is things are about to turn ugly.
I'd say that's pretty much a given at this point.
Besides, the last I checked, we were already the Chief's new whipping boys. I can't see how it makes much difference if her opinion of us gets any lower. But if you're so worried about it, maybe you should have stayed behind.
Well, I would have, except you're forgetting one thing. Since when can you look after yourself?
At the very least, we get to enjoy some interesting scenery. The rock formations in this area have a strong magnetic quality to them.
You don't say.
So then, why don't we take a break?
How are you? Are you feeling all right?
I don't understand. I never swore an oath not to follow the Chief's orders, not to uphold the laws of the GOTT. So then, why?
Perhaps I could tell you a story. It's a story about two girls I once had the pleasure of knowing. They were lovely, much like yourselves. Except one of them did have a tendency to slap me.
Auditor, I hope this won't turn out to be some strange fantasy of yours.
Did I mention that both of them were ES members? They were very young in appearance, so much so that one might easily mistake them for children. However, their appearance belied the truth that the two of them had lived a long, long time, hundreds of years. They were giving, gracious, and always cheerful. It was only by the slightest of chances that I came to know them for a time. Unfortunately, it was brief. In the end, they disobeyed a direct order and were both expelled.
They were expelled?
From the GOTT? That's terrible.
It might seem that way to some. However, for them it was a small price to pay for following their hearts.
So what happened to them?
They're dead now. Or so I have heard.
Don't you think this might be too extreme?
If the sun goes down, it's only going to make our search that much more difficult, so I intend to settle this before it does. But still, all who oppose us must be eliminated. I want these two to be an example for the entire galaxy.
Output calibrations complete. Target set. Search program initiated.
Fine, then.
Turn them loose. So she's brought the genetic beasts.
What are those?
It would appear Her Majesty is a bit short on patience.
down there. Status on number 3.
Malfunction. Specific cause unknown. It's not responding at all.
This is point G4! Taking heavy fire! We need backup!
The most destructive of all genetic beasts, the D32 B-type. How unfortunate. This particular model is controlled via radio waves. The magnetic cores in these rocks must be causing some interference. A costly oversight, to say the least.
Wait! Where are you going? Where do you think? I'm going down there to stop those things.
Are you sure you should be acting without orders? I'm sure Her Majesty won't be so forgiving a second time.
I know, but... But I can't just let them die!
Wait! Were you going to leave without me?
Come on, then. It's just you and me now. Stop. I did not give you the order to get involved. What you're doing now could be considered an act of treason. I'm sorry, Chief. It's just people were dying. This is valuable military property. We will restore control. Go back to your positions at once.
But, Chief, we thought that...
You will follow orders. It is not your place here to think. Your first and only duty is to follow orders. Understand?
My duty. Follow orders.
That's right. Now be a good little girl and return to your position. No. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Don't tell me she's...
Easy now.
All who oppose us must be eliminated. All who oppose us must be eliminated.
All who oppose us must be eliminated.
All who oppose us must be eliminated. Do it. Ta-da! Here we go! What are you doing? Don't just stand there. Attack! Your turn.
Yes, I can see that.
Where?
I don't. Was I?
Is that none other?
I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of giving them a neural net de-inhibitor.
Or in other words, you don't get to play with your dolls anymore. Sorry. With so many of the same faces around, even I almost have a hard time keeping them all straight. Except what? Well, you've got the look down pretty good, but you always did wear too much makeup. Ow. What are you talking about?
I agree. And I'd say the same goes for you, Divergent.
Absorb, the ability to assimilate and copy.
I'm not sure what good you thought copying us was going to do, but in any case, this little Miss Lookalike contest has gone on long enough. You can say whatever you want. We'll see who's real and who's dead. please.
What do you think? Should we help? Let's give them a chance.
The full might of the GOTT has been turned to ridding the galaxy of antisocial elements like you. One way or another, you're going to be purged. Just make it easy on yourself and give up.
Just give up, huh? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Those words aren't in my vocabulary. You'd do well to pay attention when someone gives you free advice.
That depends on who's giving it.
You idiot! What are you doing?
Did you see that?
Yes.
Wait, is she... No, don't get close to her! You stupid, stupid girl. You'll never learn.
That really does come in handy.
Everyone, start climbing.
I'm sorry. I wasn't much help. It's all right. Don't worry about it. What happened?
She absorbed your powers when you attacked.
Looks like it.
But from everything we've seen so far, it appears her absorbability only lasts for a short period of time. Once the time limit has expired, she has to absorb energy from someone else in order to recharge her batteries, as it were.
So then, she was almost out of power? If I hadn't just gone rushing in like that, I probably would have done the same thing. If I were you.
Now then, don't you think it's about time we made our stand? As the old saying goes, borrowed wisdom is a tenuous thing. Theirs is only growing more tenuous by the minute.
We don't know that for certain.
This may be our best chance to find out.
And why is that?
In mountainous warfare, it's generally favorable to take the high ground. If the theory holds true, that would give us the clear advantage. For my part, I'll do what I can to keep all of our new friends here out of harm's way. The rest, I leave to you.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Ready. Go! My power! That got her.
You see? Now what did I tell you?
No! Oh, perfect. Our little delivery boy's right on time. Here's your tip. You've earned it. You're mine. Goals! No! Don't arm blast! Get out of the way! Go.
Now why would I do that? I believe I've already mentioned how fond I am of these two.
In that case, die. Dextera! Sinistra!
I'm sure you would have done fine without our help. We just couldn't pass up the opportunity to give the good acting chief a little payback.
We've been watching for a while. I wanted to come down sooner, but...
Don't worry about it. Your timing is perfect.
Of course, I'm not sure everyone would agree with you on that.
We've run out of time. The game is up.
You're wrong. We haven't lost this fight yet. And we're not going to lose it now. Not when I'm so close to my revenge.
Your revenge?
Everything I've done, absorbing your G-Class abilities, disposing of the Chief, assuming control of the GOTT. It was all part of my plan to take revenge against the Noblesse. What is the Global Union? Or even the GOTT? Empty names. In the end, it's still the Noblesse who control the lives of every single person in the galaxy. You, of all people, should understand. You've seen the way the Noblesse exploit the masses to serve their whim. You know the hardships we've been made to endure, and all the suffering we've caused in their name.
The GOTT you serve so proudly is a mockery. It was only created as a tool for the Noblesse. All these years, the only thing we've ever protected is their interests.
We have no choice but to act the part of pawns. We aren't even allowed to die. If there's a worse hell than this, then you tell me what it is. But now it's their turn to suffer just as I have. The Noblesse and all of their puppets. I'm going to pay you all back 10 times over. I'll stop at nothing, even if it costs me my life.
I understand that you hate the Noblesse. So do I. But you're acting like a selfish child.
I think we all share your feelings to some degree. Even so, that doesn't excuse what you've done.
What else was I supposed to do?
You had the option to become fugitives, just as we did.
What are you saying?
If it was what you truly wanted, with your abilities, I'm sure the two of you would have had little trouble escaping.
That's absurd!
You say everything you've done has been in the name of revenge, but I suspect that you're only trying to convince yourself of that, to justify your true lust for power.
Believe what you want, I don't care. In another 5 minutes, it won't matter. Like I said, we haven't lost this fight yet.
Come on, we need to fall back.
Well, so much for the advantage.
Yeah, any more bright ideas?
They're coming.
I've got them.
You know, it's really something of a shame that things had to turn out this way.
How's that?
Well, I mean, in the end, we all basically want the same thing. It's just a thin line that separates us from them.
Perhaps. Except their goals included the destruction of GOTT headquarters. However noble their motives, that's a line that should never have been crossed. And let's not forget the murder of Chief Eclipse. I can't say I agree with the way the Noblesse operate any more than they do. But there's a difference between changing the system and throwing it into chaos. If they succeed in destroying the GOTT, it could potentially lead to the complete financial collapse of the galaxy.
Yeah, but how do you really feel?
That's irrelevant. I'm only stating the facts. More than anything, I think Dexter here is just a little bitter about being made to play the fool through all this business. Sinistra?
Well, you guys can sit around and argue about this later. Right now, I think we can all agree the only thing that matters is defeating Alvin DeVerger, yeah?
Do you have to ask? I think that obvious at this point.
Okay, then.
Where do they think they're going?
Nowhere. We're coming up on a dead end.
A dead end? How appropriate. It will be for them in more ways than one.
Can't keep this up.
Oh, my.
What?
Oh, you surprised me. I didn't think the words give up were in your vocabulary.
This is not the time to start joking around.
Sorry. I was only making an observation.
Hurry! Just keep moving!
Should we swim for it?
Don't be ridiculous.
They're here.
It's over. Such a nice breeze. They say that if you die in a gentle breeze like this, it will carry your soul to better fortunes in your next life.
It'd be nice if that were true. But we both know better than that, don't we?
Well, then there's nothing left to say, except the final goodbye. Can't be.
Yes, the high-speed cruiser Lemuse, Prototype 0. Or as it was formerly known, Calliope.
But how?
Donner! This is the upgraded version of Donnerschlag. But for the Lemuse, we actually had to go back to the original production model.
Impossible. Eclipse?
Anno?
It's like I told you. We found a job with more interesting prospects.
How, Eclipse? You were dead. I watched you fall.
You know I was an ES member myself at one time. My ability was known as Quant, or quantum jumping. Surely you've heard of it.
The short version is, it's what brought us back to life. Her ability is what encoded all of us as ES members to begin with.
Do you have any idea what I've been through to get this far? Do you? The pain I've suffered, the humiliations I've been forced to endure. At long last, revenge is finally within my reach. It's mine. I won't let it slip away!
It's all right. I knew about this. All of it. I've known from the start. You see, you two aren't the only ones with access to security line 606. Nor are you the only ones with the ability to absorb and reflect.
Thank you. Thanks for helping us. But I guess this is goodbye. We're just shadows, really. Disposable puppets Alv created in your image, so she could continue to absorb your powers. You could say our lives were built on borrowed wisdom. They were never meant to last. But you
understand, Eclair. The Global Union Charter strictly prohibits the creation of clones such as these. The law is very clear in this matter. They cannot be allowed to exist.
Chief Eclipse!
My advice to you now is to forget that they ever existed in the first place. After all, something that doesn't exist can't be judged, correct?
Lemuse's prototypes. Number 1 is Cleo. Number 2, Terpsichore. Number 3, Erato. Then Euterp, Thalia, and Polyhymnia.
All of you must leave now, but to help you on your way, I present you with these ships. I trust you will use them to make the most of what limited time you might have in this life.
Good luck, ladies.
They'll be just fine. After all,
Even after everything that's happened, you think you're just going to settle right back into the same old routine? How quickly you forget.
I haven't forgotten.
So you say, at least. You'll keep the memories that suit you, but as always, you'll lock the rest away, along with the truth of who you really are.
I'm done trying to escape my past. I'm tired of running. What's the point? No matter how hard I try, I always end up back at the same place. So from now on, I'll just save myself the effort. That is what you wanted me to say. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I guess you finally understand. So this is the last I'll be seeing of you. Now that you've decided to take back all of your memories and abilities, I'll become more and more integrated within you, until finally I fade away.
No, you won't disappear completely. We'll both go on living, but together.
Excuse me. I'm trying to find the Fair Trade Offices, Section 3.
Oh, sure. You'll need to take the first hallway on your left. Fair Trade Section 3 is located in the west wing of the main building. Great idea, Ricky. It's a perfect day for a picnic. Isn't it, though? Hey, this stuff's actually pretty good today. Oh, what'd you get, Bonita? I want to try a bite. Don't you have enough on your own plate? it's still all right.
A lady should be more elegant.
Well, at least it's good to know Eclair's still Eclair. I was beginning to get a little worried, what with the new look and all.
So did you get the plastic surgery done for an assignment? It's not like you needed it. I'm jealous. I wish I were an ES member. Cut it out, Ricky. I'm ticklish. Sheesh. And wait, if I didn't know better, I'd say you got him to add a little bit extra up top. No, that's not how it... Well, maybe just a little bit. That's a clear abuse of your authority. I've got half a mind to blow the whistle on you.
Even after all the trouble, she's still the same old Ricky.
Ricky, this is a bad idea.
Oh, come on, you look great. Eclair. Eclair, you look beautiful. I mean it.
On second thought, the same old Ricky could mean trouble for me.
But then...
With so many of the same faces around, even I almost have a hard time keeping them all straight.
That's for sure.
Hush now, my child. Close your little eyes. Slumber away.
We'll be fine as long as the backup's in place. Don't get killed.
It's been set to fire since before we left the natives. No, you won't disappear completely. We'll both go on living, but together.
Again? Really, Eclair?
That one does have jam on it, so what are you gonna do now? Is it okay for pigeons to eat that stuff?
They look like they're enjoying it. I still haven't completely adjusted to my new body. I guess for now, that's a bigger problem than my memories. Right then, back to work.
Yeah, I'm sure Selena and them are probably wondering where we are by now.
Bye, guys. Don't work too hard. So, should we go take these dishes? Are you feeling all right, Lumiere? You hardly even touched your lunch.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Lumiere! Lumiere? Lumiere? Lumiere!
I'm afraid there's nothing more we can do for her.
Eclipse? She's okay, isn't she? She's okay, right?
Claire.
Just tell me my partner's going to be all right!
I'm sorry, but as an ES member, you should understand.
She's not used to her new body, right?
No, it's more than that. In Lumiere's case, her ability puts her in contact with a vast amount of network data, and combined with the memories of her past, it's too much information for her to process all at once.
But she's always been able to handle it before. This shouldn't be happening. You're supposed to be the one in charge of encoding ES members. Why can't you do something?
I wish I could, but even with my quant abilities, I can't heal her soul.
I'm sorry I snapped at you.
It's all right. Goodbye, Chief, and good riddance. During encoding, we can regenerate the body, assign abilities, but even with all our technology, some things are still out of our hands,
actually the most important thing. We've done everything we know to do for her, and the GOTT's quantum physiology unit is the best in the field. From this point on, everything depends on Lumiere herself. All we can do is watch and hope.
Lumiere? How is it going? The optimization process.
Tweedledee.
You've always had such amazing abilities. It saddens me greatly that you have to be punished for it like this. Be strong, Lumiere. I hope you and I will have another chance to play in the virtual sphere. I'm sorry there isn't something more we can do, but if it's any help, know that our thoughts are with her, and you.
You beat us pretty good last time we met. I'm willing to let that go for now, but as soon as your partner recovers, I think my sister and I are ready for the rematch.
Tweedledum.
No, it's all right. I hope someday we can take you up on that.
Sister.
Yes, I know. It looks like we aren't the only ones who are worried. Amuse, I'm sure I have no right to ask this of you, but if there's anything you can do to save Lumiere, then please.
Oh, hello, Chief. Just Eclipse, please. I'm sorry I couldn't come to check on you in person. How is she doing this morning? It's been over a week and still no change. What happens if the optimization isn't working? Go on, say it, Eclipse. She will die, and it will be a slow, painful death.
Eclair, a lady should really be more elegant.
And there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry. Lemuse! Come out! I know you're there. Lumiere. Lemuse, or I guess I should say Wirblewind. You have to know what condition Lumiere is in right now. Her memories are too much for her new body to handle. If my case was bad, hers is worse. She's in so much pain, and if this optimization doesn't work, it's going to kill her. And there's nothing I can do. I'm a G-Class ES member. I'm a G-Class ES member, and I'm so helpless. It doesn't matter how fast I can move or how strong I am. I took back all of my powers and memories, but if I can't save her... And that's why I need your help now. You're Lumiere's terminal. You're an extension of her. You know her mind better than anyone, even better than I do. So if there's anyone who can save her, come back, Wirblewind! I'm using a 9mm. That means I've still got 13 shots left. I'm sorry, but when it comes down to it, Lumiere's a lot more important to me than you are. Eclair. Just Eclair.
Eclair? That's an unusual name.
So I've heard. Another whole city wiped out.
If there's one thing Earthlings have always been good at, it's war.
Maybe so, but this isn't Earth. So you're the Quant we've been hearing about. I didn't really expect you to be a woman.
I don't like this, Claire. Watch out!
What the? She's some kind of monster.
I'm the monster? I'm not the one shooting at little kids.
Don't worry, you're in good hands. You sacrificed yourself to save me. But the 3 laws of robotics, they're just a program. I think it's time we gave you a name. Let's see now. How does Wirbelwind sound? It's only fitting you should have the most elegant body in the galaxy, right, Wirbelwind?
Such a detestable assignment. That's it, it's time. Aren't you going to fire?
No, I can't do this. Not of my own free will.
I knew that you would say that. I only wish I could do the same.
Hands in the air. Away from the console.
It's no use.
No!
I can never forgive myself for this. It's been set to fire since before we left Aeneas. No, I mustn't let myself cry. For Eclair's sake and mine, I have to lock this inside.
That's not true. Where am I? You've done enough. You don't have to carry these painful memories any longer. Open your eyes and leave the past behind. You still have the entire future to face. The entire future? What's happening?
You're awake.
Hey, Claire. I remember the optimization. This is...
Oh, yeah, that. Wirbelwind gave it to me.
Has built a machine with the powers of a god.
Humankind? You mean the noblesse, right?
You make it sound like they're somehow separate from the rest of humanity.
The noblesse are a different breed. They're Earthlings.
Sure is coming down out there. It certainly is.
Lightning. Well, how about that? Just like my name, huh?
So it would seem, yes.
That looks so tedious.
Tedious, but necessary. After all, even if I can't use my abilities, I still need to know this information to do my job properly.
Lumiere.
Ooh, okay, that's it. Next time we're using a nanimist shield or an umbrella, even. Oh, come on. Do we really need to dissolve every single molecule that... Can I help you? Don't play dumb with me. You still owe us some serious payback, Lumi. Payback? Sorry if this comes as a surprise, but evasion tactics are one of my specialties.
Hey, Viola, just let it go, okay?
Your choice. We can do 1 million dinners, or we can go out for 3 million lunches. But they're all your treat, got it? That sounds fair. I mean it, Lumi. 1 million, I'm not kidding.
This office is a bit more luxurious than your old one. You've done well for yourself.
I'm not sure what to tell you. Besides, we have more important matters to discuss.
Yes, I understand you've given the siblings the all-important task of carrying the champagne for tomorrow's launching ceremony.
That's right. Those two will serve as my eyes.
Then does that make me your ears? Information is a valuable commodity.
In which case, I believe I've already paid you more than enough, thanks to your partner.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Well then, as I'm sure you are aware, the Atlas project was largely financed by the GU itself, and its publicly declared intent placed it under the direct oversight of the GOTT's Development Bureau.
There it is, in all its glory. That big hunk of metal just cost the global union a couple $100 years' worth of its general fund. Not to mention the thousands of corporations, financial groups, and planet states that have their assets tied up in this ship. There's a lot riding on it.
No, actually, it's a fairly safe investment. The Deucalion should more than pay for itself, right? Planetary development. That's the key. With its terraforming capabilities, the Deucalion will be able to produce whole worlds of prime real estate in a relatively short amount of time.
Aren't they worried about oversaturating the market?
But it's not what it appears. As its name would suggest, the Deucalion is an ark.
Has the Council reached a consensus? By show of hands, all those in favor. Very well. Let the record show that by unanimous decision, Chevalier d'Autriche is hereby dismissed from the post of Global Union Minister of Finance and relieved of his duties as GOTT Secretary.
Personally, I'll be glad to be rid of him.
Yes, Autriche caused us nothing but trouble from the start. We put this off far too long.
The completion of the Deucalion marks the perfect opportunity for us to drop our excess baggage.
Perhaps you're interested in taking over his position.
Please, you must be joking. I have no intention of getting my hands that dirty.
Yes, come in.
I'm sorry it took so long, Chief. I have the records you requested.
That's all right. Thank you, Vondrady.
Records?
A complete accounting of the GOTT's affairs from the top down.
Interesting. Are you sure I should be seeing this?
Well, you're used to sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
What can I say? It's my job. So, if you don't mind... What do we have here? Corporate bribery, judicial tampering, several payoffs to regional government officials, illegal marketing manipulation, and that's just the first page. You've been busy here at the GOTT.
Actually, the events you describe, they are the actions of one man working behind the scenes.
One man? You mean...
So, you two.
You don't sound too happy to see us.
I thought we agreed to restrict our communication to security line 606.
So we did. But today we're acting as messengers.
We've come to inform you that moments ago the Privy Council unanimously voted to remove you from office. You are hereby relieved of your duties as the Global Union Minister of Finance and GOTT Secretary.
Is that a fact? How unfortunate. I've grown rather accustomed to the view from up here, so I can't say I'm surprised. At least, not like I was when I learned that the two of you were still alive and that I wasn't your only employer.
Old fool. I work for myself, but I am willing to play the part of puppet if it gets me what I need.
That's very clever of you. I couldn't have said it better myself.
How could all this go unnoticed? It just doesn't seem possible. Not unless other high-ranking GU officials were involved, which would then imply that these crimes were committed by the GOTT with the sanction of the noblesse.
That is an accurate assessment.
I don't understand. If you've known about this...
There is a vast difference between knowing about something and being able to do anything about it. Isn't there?
Of course. My apologies. So, why give this to me now? You don't mean...
It's incredible, isn't it?
What is?
This new office. The exterior may look the same, but the internal systems have been upgraded significantly. We now have direct access to every network on Aeneas.
Wow, so with your ability, you can...
No, I'm afraid I still can't do much of anything.
Well, then we'll just have to get that new body of yours back to normal, won't we?
Yes, but how?
So that was your whole point in coming here? To tell me I've been fired?
Mostly. Except I was hoping I'd get to tell you in person.
Were you now? Well, it's the same result. This is a reliable security line. I assure you the reception is quite clear.
Why, you... Where are you? Tell us!
I think not. You don't need to know right now, but you'll find out soon enough.
Actually, there is one more thing. We want the key.
The key entrusted to you as the head of the GOTT.
Give it back and then make yourself scarce. You'll find that you'll live a lot longer.
Tell the council, I am no longer their puppy.
I believe we've made the wishes of our client exceedingly clear.
Indeed.
Consider yourself warned.
I wonder if this is the last time I'll ever see this view.
Lumiere? Is something wrong? Nice to see you, Eclair, Lumiere. Mercury? Where have you been all this time? I thought, I didn't know what to think. After all the commotion around here, when I heard you turned up missing, you could have at least called me or something. I'm sorry. So much has happened since then. So, that's a new look for you, huh? If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have recognized you. You've changed quite a bit yourself since I saw you last. Yeah. I guess a lot's happened to us, too. Right, Lumiere? Anyway, why don't we find somewhere we can sit down and talk for a while? I wish I could. I only came in to deliver a message. Oh, well, okay. So what's the deal? You sure are acting strange.
Am I really? You're telling me you didn't notice anything unusual?
You mean with Mare? Well, sure. I mean, she looked different.
I'm not merely talking about outward appearances. According to this data, Mercury was removed from the employee registry since it was unclear whether she was alive or dead. So in terms of access, she should be treated as a general visitor, and yet somehow she managed to enter the building without passing by us at the reception desk. You don't think there might be something to that? You won't find her. Besides, didn't you think her message was interesting? Go to the chief's office immediately.
Oh, what are you two doing here?
Yes?
Excuse me, Chief. ES members Eclair and Lumiere are here to see you.
Very well. Send them in.
Terribly sorry, ladies, but I'm afraid I was here first.
So that's it. What is all this?
It's a little glimpse of what the GOTT's really been up to behind the scenes. Like they say, the truth hurts, right?
Chief Eclipse, how could you?
No, Eclair, read it carefully. Each of the things listed here was done under the direction of the GOTT secretary, not the chief.
The GOTT secretary? You mean he did all this?
That's right. Chevalier d'Autriche.
Shame, really. School lets out and the children have to go rushing off to work.
They don't have to. They want to. This might be their only chance. I mean, they'll have plenty of homework to keep them busy once school's in full swing. And it's getting there.
It certainly is.
The Rosenfeld Foundation's done so much for us.
It just goes to show you not all of the noblesse are bad people.
Even so, we can't let our guard down.
Well, it's a good thing we have you to look out for us.
Hey, Bato. Do you mind if I go ahead and call it a day?
Timothy, I didn't know you were still here.
That's all right, Tim. Go have some fun, okay?
Thanks.
Master Timothy, I don't know if this is the last time you'll do this. What with your schedule and all?
Sorry. We're just gonna have to make the time. I want to keep coming back until that school's finished. So, what's next? I've got that dinner with the Prime Minister, right?
Yes, immediately following which you have a meeting with the leaders of the trade union. After that, we will be relocating to the second continent. At 0900 hours local time, you are scheduled to appear before the Financial Board of Trustees, where they will be submitting the first of the Fed trade.
Hey, Claire, this planet is going to be all right. Thanks to you, RA will finally be free.
And you use that time to get some sleep.
This is most inopportune. Just as we rid ourselves of one little nuisance, another one rears its head.
I take it you're referring to the Rosenfeld group. They were expelled from this council as of our last meeting, were they not?
Still, further reprimand is justified. Noblesse who have lost their pride as earthlings are even worse than commoners.
Granted, but even if they continue to aid the anti-noblesse movement, it changes nothing.
With enough time, they'll spread their influence throughout the galaxy and foul everything, including our precious Earth here.
Isn't that why we built the Ark? Isn't that what the Deucalion is for?
Even so, it's still distasteful. In the end, it means retreating, surrendering the galaxy to them.
There's nothing that can be done about that now. Or would you prefer we destroy them all?
It would be simple enough. But such barbarism I leave to the commoners. We are above them. As pure-blooded Earthlings, it is our duty to remember that fact.
A phase fluctuation? Tweedledum, run a perimeter sweep level 5.
I'm on it. Initiating sweep. It's a canceller. A small ship on approach to the Deucalion.
Can you ID it?
Negative. I'm losing the signal. It just disappeared.
Attention GOTT vessel, you are entering restricted space. You have not been cleared for approach to the Deucalion. Break off your present course immediately.
Our ship has detected an irregularity. Requesting permission to approach and investigate.
Negative. I repeat, discontinue your present course at once.
It's powering up!
No, that's impossible!
The Deucalion! But how? This can't be happening!
There's only one person capable of starting it up. Stop it! Stop the Deucalion at all costs!
I want a 4D autolock. All turrets, prepare to fire on my mark.
Targeting failure. It's a gravitational anomaly, sir. It's interfering with our systems.
Sir, the Deucalion. It's preparing to warp.
Stop it!
Hurry, run a warp trace.
Right, initiating scan. There's too much interference.
There it is, hardly a moment's journey in vision. Aeneas.
The Deucalion is here.
Doing? You're in no shape for this. I'm still your partner. I can't let you go alone. Wait!
The target craft is beginning to transform.
Impossible. Something that massive shouldn't be able to...
Sir, I'm reading a large output of terraforming nanomyths. They're inside the Roche limit.
Truly. This is Atlas, the titan that holds the world in his hands.
At present, wide fluctuations in barometric pressure are being experienced all over the planet. Tsunami warnings have been issued for all coastal regions, and violent shifts in weather patterns are expected to continue. All citizens are urged to seek shelter until normal communications and transportation routes can be restored. Once again, this is a special news bulletin.
First wave, intercept. Prepare to clear the 8th Fleet for launch.
Conditions won't allow it, sir.
I'm picking up a new reading on sensors. A GOTT high-speed cruiser.
Nearing escape velocity. Acceleration L3.
Initiate an emergency command override. Route all planetary management control to my station.
For the entire system, are things really that bad?
What happened to repeating my orders?
Sorry, Chief. Initiating command override and rerouting all planetary management systems. So that's it, the Deucalion. Yes, that's our target. The ship and the man inside.
Claire, so you've come after all.
The chief of the GOTT has just issued a formal declaration of emergency and is raising the planetary shield over all regions of Aeneas. Current weather conditions should begin to stabilize. However, all citizens are requested to remain where...
Indicates that all regions of Aeneas have been affected by this wave of environmental disaster. This global crisis follows the sudden appearance of the spaceship Deucalion and is a result of the massive gravity disturbance created by its close proximity to the planet. The Atlas-class intergalactic spaceship Deucalion is the first of its kind and the largest vessel ever created in the history of the human race. The completion of this technological marvel was expected to usher in a new era of exploration and planetary development.
However, one day before its scheduled launch, the ship was stolen by an as-yet unknown... Wait, we're receiving some new data. It's breaking through.
Chevalier, I don't understand. Why are you doing this? The defense system, it's locked onto us, but it isn't firing.
Chevalier! So sorry to barge in like this, but there didn't seem to be much point in knocking.
You two again. And after all the care I took to stay one step ahead of you. Most impressive.
Thanks for warming up the engine, Swanee. You really shouldn't have.
Noel.
It's an uncharacteristically efficient move by the council sending you here so quickly.
They didn't send me. I told you I work for myself.
Another betrayal. And all this time, I thought absorb was your only ability. Silly me.
Stop, Al. We've got what we came here for. I see no reason for any more senseless killing.
You think you can order me around?
No,
I'm sorry. Why, Elf? It's not what we came for, it's what I came for, and I see no reason to share it with anyone.
Not even your own mother?
No, don't. You mean you knew?
I knew. You've known all along, and you still shut your own cold blood.
Oh, shut up. Shield? Nothing like a little appetizer before the main course.
I'm sure you'd swallow us all if you could. Parasite. I won't give you that chance.
What's this? A gravity well? Where am I?
reception system chamber. It essentially duplicates your absorb abilities mechanically.
Ow. Oh no.
It would break down any form of matter into its component particles and convert it to pure energy. It's one of the ship's main power processing facilities. The Lemieux's Mark Zero, Calliope.
The nanomist layer is most likely acting as a shield. We'll need to find an entry point where we can punch through. This is too easy.
I'm going in with you. The Deucalion is just one large machine, right? Even without my ability. I still have a few tools that might come in handy.
She'll be here soon.
Yes, this is it. After more than half a century of waiting, the moment has finally arrived.
Chevalier.
Well now, that's quite an entrance, albeit unnecessary. I should think it's obvious by now that I've been expecting you. I would have gladly opened the door.
Secretary d'Autriche, under our authority as GOTT-ES members, we hereby charge you as being in direct violation of interstellar law. More specifically, you have committed multiple violations of the Global Union Charter and interplanetary navigation statutes. All told, you are being charged with 317 separate criminal offenses.
Really? Is that all? I'd say the number of crimes I've committed is actually closer to 80,000 at this point. It's a rough estimate, of course.
What?
I'm afraid I don't have the time to name all of them, which is why a few minutes before your arrival, I submitted the full details to the public.
We have only just begun to sift through the vast quantity of data that we've received.
Which clearly indicates a long history of corruption within the highest levels of illegal dealings with prominent corporate executives and government officials, which would seem to imply a vast conspiracy.
News of these crimes has spread rapidly over the galactic network, and already the first cries of public outrage are beginning.
Why are you doing this? What do you hope to accomplish?
I wanted to save you, Claire.
You remembered me? After all this time?
50 years. Yes, I remembered. Or rather, I couldn't forget.
Oh, you poor thing. Are you hungry? No, nothing there. We'll have to find milk for you someplace else. What do they mean, GOTT? What do they mean for the service of the Global Union? I can't go.
Mom, are you okay?
How many times have I told you? You don't have to call me Mom. It's just Eclair, okay?
But why not? Is it because I'm not your real son?
You silly boy.
Eclair.
You might not be related by blood, but you are still every bit my beautiful little son. You have no idea what a wonderful difference you've made in my life. You've given me more happiness than you could ever know. But
what's what?
Someday you'll have your own life and you'll forget all about me. Eclair! Eclair! Everything's going to be fine. You'll be happy. They tell me you'll have nothing but the best from now on. After all, you're an Earthling. It's only right you should be with the noblesse.
Eclair, I won't forget you. I'll never forget. And I promise, when I grow up, I'm going to be strong enough to protect you. And then someday...
From now on, you'll be known as Chevalier d'Autriche. You are expected to conduct yourself as a proud member of the d'Autriche family.
Yes. Dirty noblesse.
Eclair. Yes, ma'am. So, she works for the GOTT now.
What you got there? Anything interesting?
No, not really.
Let me guess. More studying. Am I right?
Sort of. I just chose a career. I'm going to be a politician.
Planet Aslantia has suffered a second major disaster, but in an unprecedented show of cooperation, hundreds of planet states have agreed to contribute to the reconstruction effort. One more sign of the radical shift in economic policy taking place throughout the galaxy. In response to the changing times, the Global Union has recently named a new Minister of Finance. The youngest man to ever fill the post, Chevalier d'Autriche, will also serve as the Secretary of the GOTT.
Chevalier, a word of caution from an old man. These commoners have become far more clever than you realize. Don't let things get out of hand. Sir. You may have lost your memories, but I still have mine.
So then why steal this ship?
Because it's proof, undeniable proof of the noblesse's plan to rid themselves of the commoners once and for all.
I'm not sure I follow. You're talking about what? Less than 100,000 noblesse? What can they do against a galaxy of billions?
I have already made the public aware of the illegal means through which the assets to build the Decalion were acquired. However, that is not the extent of the noblesse's betrayal. Upon its completion, they intended to flee, Earth and all, to another galaxy.
Earth and all? Is that possible?
It is, with this ship.
So if they all left, then...
Yes, chaos. The entire galactic economy would collapse, after which those planets that require continuous terraforming to remain habitable would suddenly find themselves without resources. They would not be able to sustain themselves for long.
That's terrible.
To further prevent recovery, the ship has also been programmed to launch a virus that will destroy all of the warp gate networks. All of the evidence you need is right here, the Decalion itself, fully complete and on the eve of its launch.
So unless it was stopped beforehand, by the time anyone realized what was happening, it'd be too late.
And now that you understand, there's only one thing left for me to do.
Shut down that transmission at once!
The signal's already being carried by every media outlet in the galactic network. It's too late.
We're going to have a full-scale revolution on our hands. It might be prudent to reestablish our ties with the Rosenfeld group. We're at the mercy of the filthy commoners.
So what's the one thing?
The noblesse will all but disappear after this, but not until they've had their revenge. My life is over. That is the price of my actions. Declare, if you feel you can bring yourself to do it.
Don't say it!
If I must die, I'd prefer it to be at the moment of my own choosing. I ask you to do me the favor of taking my life. But before you do, allow me to call you mother one last time. It's all I've really ever wanted. For all these years I labored under the belief that I could somehow free you from the rule of the noblesse. Maybe then, and only then, would my one wish be granted.
Chevalier.
I'm glad it was nothing vain. Mother. What did you?
I can't shoot you. Not when everything you've done was all because of me. Switching bodies isn't going to change you into something that you're not.
So you say. But then I wouldn't expect a puny insect like you to understand. Let's see now. I think I still remember your power's distinctive wavelength. Somewhere around here, wasn't it?
Lumiere! I can buy us some time, but I'm afraid this isn't going to hold her off for long.
A little nano-mist shield. How adorable. Getting tight in there, huh? I bet now you're wishing you hadn't asked for that little bit extra up top when you got your new body.
That's it! The shield's fading! Don't slide!
Go ahead. Try to run. There's nowhere you can hide that I won't find you.
GOTT cruiser is currently exchanging fire with the Decalion.
Confirmed. Why hasn't the fleet launched yet?
8th Fleet, you are cleared for launch. Repeat, you are cleared for launch.
Pathetic. This isn't the planet that needs destroying.
Large-scale phase fluctuation detected in the vicinity of the Decalion. It's preparing to warp.
Are you sure? Yes, sir. Warp space confirmed.
And maybe we'll live to see another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a sight to behold. The massive Decalion, all 60,000 plus kilometers of it, has begun to sink into warp space. It's disappearing. The warp space is closing. It's gone! Almost as suddenly as it arrived, the Decalion has vanished from Aeneas orbit. The only question now is, where will it next emerge?
Why isn't she attacking us? Overconfidence? Strategy? Or is it something else?
You feel that? It feels like we're warping. We must be leaving Aeneas. Guess we're on our own now, and without the Lemieux, we're stuck on this ship. In any case, we better think of something fast. These two aren't going to make it without some real medical attention. First thing, we need to figure out where we've warped to.
I'm afraid I may already know.
Detecting a huge gravitational anomaly on the near side of the moon. Mass levels also increasing. Someone or something seems to be warping out. Wait. Is that... It's the Decalion! The Decalion is emerging! Issue a priority alert! I repeat, issue a priority alert! Contact Central Command immediately!
So this is where all our troubles began. The planet of original sin, Earth.
We are under attack by the Decalion! The relics, the planetary standard, everything! The Earth is being destroyed!
The Earth? Are you sure?
Yes.
Not Earth.
How can we be watching this? The Decalion was the salvation of the noblesse, the great hope of our Earthling race. Now it's destroying the very world we're trying to save.
What's so special about this place? What is it about this puny little world that we've given the noblest control of our lives in exchange for its preservation? How much does it cost us? The galaxy? The human race? My pain and suffering?
The Earth? You really think that's where she's gone?
I do. If what we've heard her say in the past is any indication, that's my guess.
But now, it's their turn to suffer just as I have. The noblesse and all their puppets, I'm gonna pay them all back.
So she wants to destroy it. The original homeworld of every human in the galaxy. We can't let her do it. We have to stop her.
Are those pests still moving around? How irritating. Time to dispose of them.
A trap! You can do it, Donner. Don't let up. At least get the others out. Oh, no. Wire purge! You're still here? I thought...
The wired arms only carry one person. The sides were partners.
Where are we?
Welcome to the reception system chamber.
A reception system? You mean like the Calliope shielding?
Basically, yes. It breaks down and absorbs all matter, then converts the particles into energy. It's also similar in many respects to my own absorb ability. So much so, that after my body was converted into energy, I literally became one with the ship. As for you, Eclair, with your power ability and Lumia's puppet ability, well, they won't do you much good.
Your navigation is as precise as ever, Whirlwind. We're right under her nose.
Eclipse. If you came looking for Eclair and Lumiere, I'm afraid you're a little late. It turns out they weren't able to stick around. Of course, knowing them, I'm sure they're still trying.
Eclair, no! Donner!
I'm sorry, Eclair.
Eclair, still worrying about everyone but yourself, I see. What's that supposed to be? An attack?
Hang on. I won't let you go, Eclair.
You just don't get it, do you? There's absolutely nothing you can do for her. She's gone. You see? Now I've absorbed both of their abilities as well. Not that it really makes much of a difference at this point.
weapon systems. Reduce reception shield 32%. Initiate attack pattern 308. 3 seconds after firing resonance explosion, launch hedgehog salvo.
Nanomist. Nice try. Too bad you barely managed to scratch the surface. Energy satellites? That was a clever little diversion.
You'd better start paying attention to your surroundings.
Good advice. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Capture units? But when did they...
I'd tell you how stupid you were to lower your shields, but I think you already know. It's been fun, Chief.
Feeling she's not too happy to see us.
Really? Was that before or after we used our one-dimensional blade to slice through her arm?
Duke alien acquired, sir.
Maintain position. We have just received information that a GOTTES member has taken control of the ship. Stay alert, soldiers.
Did you really think this would stop me? It's a minor setback.
So as long as you have that Animus, you're invincible, huh? Well, we'll just have to do something about that. Little payback for Eclair and Lumi. Hey, that's our part. You're up.
I see. There.
Wow, Al. You've really been packing on the weight, huh? How about we trim a couple of pounds?
Wait, you're not using gravity bombs, are you?
Nope. That was a straight burst torpedo.
It's the same thing! What are you gonna do if it sets off a major gravitational collapse this close to Earth? Never mind, she's already fixing herself.
Some window of opportunity opened for us. What was that, 2 seconds?
Let's see you do better! What's that?
What just happened?
I see we made it just in time.
Huh? Tweedledee?
What did you guys do?
Sister here released a computer exovirus, Hashish.
What? You mean like the same virus that you used?
Some poisons can be medicine if applied correctly. And Alf deserves a strong dose. She'll pay for what she's done.
All shield units, hold your perimeter around her. 713 destroyer fleets assume cluster formation. Concentrate maximum firepower on the nucleus. Maintain formation and pull back toward the sun. Even if it costs us every ship in the fleet, we have to try to draw her away from the Earth.
What a brilliant strategy. Go ahead, line yourselves up for me. Like swatting flies.
Is that? It couldn't be.
It's the Lemures!
Impossible! You're dead! I killed you, Eclair! You can't even quit! I killed you all!
Eclair isn't dead. Not yet. As long as we're still here, her spirit lives on, Al. Fire! Resonance explosion!
Of my nanomists wiped out with one blast? Hedgehog salvo!
Quantum warp!
No!
Ready, phase elevate! Now go, my familia.
So my puppets have returned, huh? And they've brought some new toys, too. They dare to defy me yet again? Me, the one who gave them life? I'm
ungrateful brats, I made you! And I can destroy you! Reflection field, now!
Let's do this!
Inertial drive, engage.
Hey, refresh! I'd say that's our cue. Take us in.
You got it, sis.
Well, this is becoming quite the spectacle, isn't it?
So you just plan to watch from a distance?
We're auditors. It's what we do. I think escorting you to safety was already involvement enough.
In that case, Auditor, perhaps it would be best if we took over from here.
Not to say we don't appreciate all the trouble you've gone to.
That's right. Come closer. Come on! I'll kill you! I'll destroy every single one of you! Insufficient power? Not for long. Not when I'm this close to a star.
What's up her sleeve? Is she...
Allow me to demonstrate the full capabilities of the reception system chamber.
Nice to see you back out in the field, Chief.
Thanks, but all I've managed to do is get your dogfight bridge destroyed.
As long as you and Wirblewind are still safe, that's all that matters.
Oh, Looney, is that really you?
Yes, it's me, Viola. We're all here. I'm sorry if we made you worry.
What's going on? What happened to your body? And how did you come back? You know I cried when I saw you get turned into particles.
And there's your answer. My primary ability is not puppet, but particle. In addition to the flow of electrons.
In addition to electrons, she can control every type of quantum particle. It's a G-class ability. I've heard rumors that such power existed, but until now I never believed they were true.
Cesario.
Unfortunately, it's quite draining. Are you all right?
We've lost the starboard flex phaser. Our total power output is down over 35%.
Viola? Cesario? Viola, Cesario, say something. Let me know you're still there.
Another G-class ability. Even if it is true, what good can it do in the hands of a mere human? It's nothing compared to me now.
The fading light of a person's life as they pass away. At times like these, the sight of it is enough to make me regret that I have this ability.
Tell me about it.
We're really not going to get involved.
The only way the galaxy will ever know the truth of what happened here is if someone lives to tell it.
This is hard for him. I know in his heart he's dying to help.
Sinistra! Sinistra! Dextera, glad to hear you're still in one piece.
Sinistra! So then, does anyone have any requests for their epitaph?
Stop this, Alv!
I didn't realize you were still alive, Claire.
Please, Alv. You and I are so much alike. Don't make the same mistakes I made.
How dare you! What gives you the right to compare yourself to me? I'll kill you for even thinking it! When I was human, all my life consisted of was pain, suffering, humiliation. I'll never go back to that. I'm going to take the noblesse. I'm going to take the miserable little planet that spawned them, and I'm going to destroy them all!
It's maybe hopeless at this point.
No, it's not. You'll find my daughter's weak point is still her left side.
The blast this ship reflected back at us that day nearly killed us. My injuries were mainly to my right side, Al's to her left. We survived, but we were both left without feeling in half our body.
So aboard the Deucalion, the reason she stopped attacking at one point...
That's right. Even with all the power of her new body, her mind still remembers the old body scars.
Are you sure you're up to this?
I think so.
Please, you're wasting your time, human.
Why isn't it working? I'm sorry. It seems I still haven't recovered enough power.
Donner, we need your help up here.
Claire, I hope you know what you're doing.
Lumiere needs power, and well, that is my ability, right? Here's the plan. We're going to use Calliope's reception shield to absorb my power. Once that's done, Whirlwind will act as a converter and send it back to Lumiere.
Have you lost your mind?
Listen, Claire. You do understand what could happen to you if you actually go through with this.
Unless you two have a better idea, this is our only chance to stop her. And besides, it's me. I'm the ES member who never dies, remember?
Good luck, girls.
Okay, Donner's ready too. Let's go.
Their shields are completely down. A malfunction? Or are they up to something?
Shields are cut. You have full reception system power. We won't survive a direct attack.
It's all right, Eclipse. I have faith in your piloting skills.
I wish I could say the same.
It doesn't matter what you're planning. Without your shields, how do you expect to withstand this?
Oh no, I can't avoid that.
Your ship will be vaporized, and with it, the last reminder that I was ever born human!
We won't make it in time!
He sweared. Oh, Tweedledee.
Hit the eject!
Do it! Eclair! Lumiere! Hurry!
Is it over?
Oh no, not yet.
You want my left arm so badly? Fine then, take it, it's yours! I'll just make a new one.
Don't just sit there! Are you trying to give her a chance to repair herself?
We're right behind you, Chief.
Can you make it? I better. You're pretty useless without me.
Well, Claire, you really did it this time, huh? I hope it was worth it.
Thank you, Eclair. I promise we won't let you down.
Amazing how quickly time can pass. Has it already been so long since we put the Deucalion incident behind us? Superintendent General, what a pleasant surprise. Even so, no matter how much time goes by, I doubt anyone in the galaxy will ever forget what happened that day, or in the days since.
Eclair, no.
I'm sorry, Eclair.
I'm sorry, but I have to go. But before I leave all of you, a gift. I've never used this power on anyone other than Al.
Transmission. It's a reversal of her absorb abilities. Eclair, you're alive.
You made it. Ta-da. Oh, Eclair.
Thank you. Thank you for saving my mother.
You're welcome. I hope you don't mind. I just need to borrow a bit of your energy, Whirlwind. With this, I'll be able to stay with my daughter until the end. Mother's here now. I promise I'll never leave you again, Alf.
Look, son, you see? That's Earth. That's the place where all of us humans first started out. See how blue and pretty it is?
Yada, is that really it? That's the Earth? Sure is, just like the pictures in my textbook. I'm right here, son.
Will you smile for me?
Time for shift change.
Huh? Jeez, I thought I was about to die of boredom in here.
Don't complain. I'm not sure you'd want any excitement on this watch.
Never thought I'd live to see the day when us commoners would pass through the gates of the GU Senate.
It definitely feels like the start of a new era.
Sir Isaac, I just want to thank you for everything you and the Rosenfeld Foundation have done for all of us. You're a great man, sir.
As its first order of business, this council will launch a full inquiry into the details surrounding the construction and intended use of the Atlas-class intergalactic spaceship Deucalion, and into the current whereabouts of those most directly responsible. At the same time, a new
Yes, so much has happened since then.
Unfortunately, my committee schedules here have changed again, so I'm afraid I may have to put my visit off even further.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I understand. You're very busy.
Yes, well, I feel it's important that someone remain here and represent the late GOTT Secretary's final wishes. After all, he had such great visions for the future and for the GOTT. I'm afraid I have to get to another meeting, but it's been a pleasure talking to you, Chief.
You want to live in the past forever? We've got work to do. That's why your eyeballs are in the front of your head, people, so you'll keep moving forward.
Yes, ma'am.
His skin is so soft.
Don't be shy. It's okay to pick him up. You just have to be careful until he can hold his head up on his own.
Is that your baby?
Oh, no, we're just visiting. He belongs to a friend of ours. His name's Chevalier.
Pleased to meet you, Chevalier.
Is that your baby girl? She's cute.
Oh, thank you. Did you hear that? She thinks you're cute, Claire. I know, everyone tried to tell us it's an unusual name for a girl, but we really wanted to name her after this nice young lady who helped us. We like it just fine, don't we? It's such an exciting time, isn't it? To think that when these children grow up, the fact that there were once people like the noblesse in the galaxy will just be an old fable.
There you are. They said it was time to come get you.
Ma'am, do you ever get, nervous?
Most of the people you'll talk to are here for the first time. Chances are they're pretty nervous themselves. Just relax and put on a smile, and you've got the biggest part of your job covered.
Right, relax and smile. Got it. When I was in school, my social studies class took a tour of the GOTT, and while we were here, this group of cyborgs attacked the lobby.
Really?
When it happened, it was one of the girls behind the reception desk who jumped out and saved us. That's the day I decided to join the GOTT.
Excuse me. I wonder if you'd point us in the direction of the branch management offices.